how to climb it. We ride together, we die together, we on assignment. What up, be humble, thanks for the look on this 4-star. He's a good brother, I ought to send him this postcard. But I'm with my sweetie, her bikini is so raw. I'll send it tomorrow, we in the sauna, and oh Lord.
But it's still a conversation.
It definitely is.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that you don't, like, I don't even want to have. I'm straight, so make sure we cut all this out.
All this is going in there, you know what I'm saying?
Cut
all that's going in there.
Yeah.
Fade around.
Fade them on out.
All that's going
Only, no ignorance.
Oh, man. No, I ain't going to put all
trying to have a peaceful life out here, man.
Listen. That's all I want is peace.
It's peace, man.
What's wrong with wanting peace?
Nothing.
I'm saying.
Nothing.
Ain't nothing wrong with wanting peace.
You got to get it.
I want peace at home. I want peace in the Middle East. I want peace everywhere. I wish peace upon all of you.
Yes.
May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord bless you and keep you.
Well, listen, Talk That Ish podcast.
We back in the building. Y'all know what it is. Episode 101.
Episode
101.
100 C.
101.
No, this is 100B.
100B?
Yeah.
101. We are back here, man.
I'm not dodging anything after
we made it past what most people do.
Hey, no, real talk though.
Hey, good job.
It can get real discouraging sometimes doing podcasts and content creation.
Right.
When ain't nobody watching your videos.
Congratulations, fellas.
Yeah. Congratulations, man. You're doing all right out here.
We stuck with it.
You know what I'm saying?
We done fought through a lot. Because we done been, like...
Listen.
It's like the fourth, setup. Like, we done had all type of different...
A lot of life changes.
Life changes, setups.
Different houses and places.
Cities.
New mics.
Cities and states.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
And I'm speaking into existence. Our next move is going to be in like a studio.
All right.
Listen, I'm with it.
You know what I'm saying? What's up?
I'm with it. You know what I'm saying?
Can we speak it into existence?
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Hey, I love it.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Love it.
Might even be on some talk shows next time y'all see it.
Man,
so just start supporting now while we're small guys.
Yeah,
hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Interview us, holler at us. You know what I'm saying?
Back then they didn't want us. Now we hot and they all on it. You know what I'm saying?
How hot are we?
Nah, they wanted us back then.
That's probably true. That's probably true. They didn't know it. Or they just denied it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's hilarious.
In denial, right?
Yeah. It'd be like that sometimes.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, no,
you know
it's okay.
And it's, listen, people get mad like, man, when I wasn't hot, you didn't want me. Of course we didn't. Nobody wanted you. Wasn't hot.
Yeah. And that's okay.
It's naturally when people start gravitating toward you, more people gravitate towards you.
It's cool.
That's just the way.
And most people are followers.
It's just the way it is.
They want to rock with what's hot. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's fine. It's the culture we live in.
Might try to get on this Kansas City's People Choice Award or something this year, man. You know?
What's up, man? Are they hearing us out there?
Man, we might have to make it happen, man.
You know what I mean? What's up? Are they hearing us out there?
She gonna think they want a Grammy. She gonna think they want a Grammy. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, straight up.
She gonna think they want a Grammy.
Hey, that's hilarious.
My thank you is gonna be mad long.
I'm like, pull up a chair.
How much time y'all got?
Hey, that's wild. Pull out one of them long pieces of a partridge paper or whatever they call it.
God bless you. Good night.
I'm gonna have a scroll.
Yeah, just roll that whole joint out.
Day one. It was a Wednesday, 1980.
1980 is crazy.
That's when it all began.
Speaking of award shows, y'all check out the Grammys?
No.
I did not.
No. I mean, I did see some highlights on Twitter. But I did not watch the Grammys, man. I did not watch the Grammys.
Here's the thing. I had no idea what was on.
Neither did I.
I mean, I know because of people kept updating. I was like, oh, must be an award show.
Because what was it like?
you said a award show.
Yeah.
You didn't know it was the Grammys.
I know it was the Grammys.
Hey,
was it like Monday night?
I don't know.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I think it was like Monday night.
That sounds about right.
And I just, or was it Sunday night? With the pro, because I think I don't know. It was one of those nights.
Yeah, sometime this week.
And I had no idea till the next day.
And
I started, seeing people, talk about Beyonce. Then the God did performance. I'm like, what the heck I missed? So I started going back and watching clips of it. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, there was some clips out there.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like a good show. From the things I've seen,
I've heard multiple things. I listened to other podcasts. And some of the stuff they were saying, I was like, I didn't miss nothing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't miss nothing.
I mean,
yeah.
Beyonce, broke a record, right?
Yes.
For most Grammy wins.
Yeah, most Grammy wins. Clap it up for Beyonce.
Yeah, I think she
just most Grammy wins of any artist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you a Beyonce fan, right?
I'm a very.
You in the Beehive?
Yeah.
You going to the concert?
I'm not going to the concert.
Why not?
You're not really in the Beehive.
It's bread.
I mean, if you was in the Beehive, it wouldn't matter.
I'm saying.
I'm not
You would forego your rent.
Member, but
you an honorary member?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Like I don't get the emails, but
I would want to go, but not in Kansas City.
Why's that?
I don't want to go to any concert in Kansas City.
Expound.
I don't like. I don't want to.
It's gonna be an airhead.
I don't want to see people I always see. Like, I would rather experience a concert out of town. That's just my feelings.
I would say if I were like a single man out here, then maybe, you know what I mean? Like I'd feel some kind of way about it. But
I mean, even then, like I would go with my lady to another city and see the concert. But just make it for me more of an experience. I don't want to go. I don't want to say what's up to everybody. Have to speak. Hey, like,
that's hilarious.
I don't want that. Just want to go. Like I do. Like I'm just saying. Like
you need to be more. You need to be nicer to people, man. You need to be
I don't.
He said I don't.
You need to be able to speak to people, bro.
Like I mean I do, but like
me.
Okay. I avoid people at the grocery store. I try to.
Hey, I do too.
I go up and talk to people at the grocery store.
You do not, bro. Don't get on this podcast and lie.
Bro, why you?
Bro, listen. I'm gonna tell you
now. To the store with me, bro.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. If you saw me in the store and I didn't see you, you would walk the other direction.
And I'm your homie.
And it's cool. It's cool.
Listen,
That's how antisocial you can be sometimes.
Anyway, we're talking about Rece.
I mean, like I said, if I was like
if I know you in the grocery store, I'm cool. But it's like people that I'm like, I know them. I really don't remember their name or something.
Yeah, No,
I don't feel
face.
I feel bad.
I don't.
When I'm saying when like somebody comes up to me and they like, hey, what's up, Rece?
I still don't.
How things going? And I know you. I feel like I do, but really don't remember you.
See, and my problem is my face does not use the inside voice.
Yeah.
My face tells me, like, just gives me up every single time because they looking like you don't remember me. And then I'll just know I don't. What is your name again? I really don't remember.
I would sit there and be like, hey, what's up, man? How's it going, man?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you.
I'll walk away, my girl be like, who that? I'm like, man,
I'm going to tell you. Hey, I'm sorry. I don't remember your name. I do remember your face, so can you please remind me? I apologize.
That's the thing now. She knows. I like, hey, if I don't introduce you, it's because I don't remember what their name is. I have no idea what their name is. To me, man. And then sometimes I feel bad because like when it's somebody you know, you should know. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like you see the person and you know you should know them, but you don't, and it's not even close. Like it's not even like.
I feel bad because I went to a play and I seen Rashida.
Okay.
And I know Rashida.
I was about to say, wait a minute.
I know her. When I seen her, it's like, hey, that's sis. You know, that's her sis. Her name totally left me.
It happens.
It happens.
No, that definitely happens.
Yeah. And she like, hey, Rece. I'm hungry. Like, hey, and I'm like, I want to introduce her to my lady, but it's like, what is her name? And it's like,
but I think that's a little bit different, and it's a little bit different because you do kind of like, you know her. Yeah. You just couldn't, like, you had a brain fart.
Right.
It is very different when it's like, okay, I don't know your name, and also I barely remember your face.
I'd have full-fledged conversations with people that know me, ask about my mama.
I have a script.
Ask how my brother doing.
You have a script?
And my script is really short and simple.
What's your script?
I was like, hey, this is my wife. That's it. I'm not saying names. I'm not gonna say your name. I'm like, that's up to you to do that.
Hey, that's hilarious.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is my wife.
You are.
Hey, and when you got a smart woman with you, she know
now.
Yeah. She'll be like, I'm so and so, and your name is. You know what I mean?
It works out perfectly.
Got your back. It works out
perfectly.
Well, she'll just stand off to the side now.
That's hilarious.
Like, listen.
Yeah, I saw a person the other day, and they knew that I didn't know him. Cause I tried to like once you say hi to me, then I'm like I'm done.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like we speak.
Oh, and it's over.
Los is just give a nod, keep walking.
Yeah, which I ain't mad at.
I spoke.
Yeah,
I spoke and I was like, okay, And then I was about to talk to somebody else. They was like, "So how you been?" I was like,
he got mad. Oh, the inside Los got mad.
Like I
Blood
was
started
like,
boiling.
I was just like, I've been good. You know what I'm saying? She's like, "You don't remember me, do you?"
That's what I'm saying.
No one ever asked me that.
Word.
And probably because I'm great at acting like I know you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna act
Listen,
like
I was confused, and she explained to me. I still know who she was.
Hey, that's
She explained to me how I know her, where I know her from, and everything.
It'd be like months later, so they'll comment on Facebook like, "That's who. That's
Hey, that's
Yeah, I'm
hilarious.
waiting for that to happen because right now I have no idea.
that's who you are."
No,
But
not
like,
really.
Did y'all, the God Did performance was great, and maybe just because I like.
I did watch that.
Maybe it's just because I feel like Jay-Z's
God
verse
Did.
is phenomenal on this.
Oh,
song.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jay-Z's verse.
I did
is
watch that.
Phenomenal on that song.
It is a phenomenal verse.
It's
I think it's
a
a
good
phenomenal
verse.
song,
Yeah.
actually.
It's a good verse.
That mother's fire.
That verse is fire, bro.
I did see, too, that they had a...
He had better verses.
Jay-Z?
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, yeah, he's had better.
No, I
verses.
definitely agree.
That verse is top 5.
It is definitely top 5. 100%. Totally agree.
And because the beat, and this is it, the beat as long as it was, but stay on point.
Yeah,
that whole, because sometimes when somebody try to rap that long, it has a lot of weak moments.
100%.
And
there's a lot of content in that verse.
That mug did. That mug was full of content.
There's a lot of content in that verse.
That make you keep going back and try to break, like really catch some of it.
Even the stuff that I don't even understand what the hell he talking about. It's like, no, I can still tell he talking about something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's fire.
I went and kind of looked at some of the stuff to get the content, the story behind it. I'm like, this mug.
Yeah.
When you get that even more, you're like, this mug is
he
fire.
was on one.
That was a good verse.
It's dope.
I enjoy it.
All of them got off. You know, Ross was in his bag.
Yeah.
Ross stays in his bag.
Yeah.
Only part I didn't like was, did y'all see the beginning when Ross came out rapping? And Khaled got on his knees. Was doing that. I'm like,
Khaled always doing something, or Khaled, or how you pronounce it.
I'm like, what is DJ Khaled doing?
It's so extra. But it'd be kind of like funny too, though. Because it's like, oh, that's just,
people be saying he's taking advantage of the
whatever.
black culture and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, man. Like,
he
likes hip hop.
Executive produces good music. It's fine.
He's been engulfed in black culture all his life, bro.
Whole life, bro.
But they like that people was like, it was sad because like it was a picture to put up because Los's Boy won Album of the Year.
Who's that?
Kendrick.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what's up.
Negative.
Congratulations to him, man.
Yeah, he won Album of the Year. So people was making jokes stuff like, man, Khaled went out there and paid all these people to be on his album and still didn't win Album of the Year.
Hey, you win some, you lose some.
It had people looking like the other 3 artists that was up for it kind of like all had this blank stare while Kendrick won. It was like funny that people called it like that. And it probably they probably mean nothing, like a still shot.
Hey, that's hilarious. Win some, lose some.
Yes.
But yeah, I was gonna say, so they had a 50 years of hip hop tribute.
Yeah,
they brought out like a lot of old school artists. LL,
seen Flavor
Flav,
Busta.
Was Chuck D?
Yep.
Was he out there?
I don't know.
Bus
was out
Missy.
there.
Say that again.
It'd be good to see Missy.
Yeah, Missy. She
Missy
came out
fire.
there. Man, they had like a whole like lot of like people out there. Which was cold to me, you know what I'm saying? And then they kind of moved it from like the old school rappers to like the new school, you know what I'm saying? Which I thought was pretty dope.
They said, so I guess the rumor was Takeoff. Was it Takeoff?
That passed?
No,
Takeoff passed away.
Takeoff is the one that passed away. So, Offset?
Yes.
Offset and Quavo.
Yeah.
I get all of them mixed. Quavo and Offset got into it backstage. And saying that Offset was trying to get on stage with Quavo when he did like his
that song.
Yeah, his tribute to Takeoff. And I guess Quavo denied him getting on stage. They came out and claimed that it's false. But then like a video broke of Cardi telling both of them like, "Shut up."
Yeah.
Y'all both wrong and all that type of stuff. So I mean, it's always like everything. It's some truth to it.
Yeah. And my thing at the end of the day is family business.
Because people saying they got into a physical altercation. That's
family
probably
business.
That's probably not. They probably was like going back and forth and yelling and all that.
Yeah.
You know, so it's probably true. I mean,
and it happens. I'm sure they still love each other. They brothers. You know.
And
what
I get it. Like Quavo probably had his set prepared, and what he had to do with that song, really, because he was just sitting there, you know, doing that. And like, you know, where do you fit in this?
Right.
What are you going to just come there and stand next to me?
Right, yeah. Make it weird.
Like make it kind of weird or whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, he could have had him come out at the end and do. I don't know. It wasn't planned for you to be on there, so we can't change it to the last minute for the Grammys.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man,
I'm sure they'll get that squared away.
They'll get it squared away.
It's cool.
You know.
Hey man, did y'all feel threatened when y'all heard that the spy balloon was coming our way?
Spy balloon.
Did y'all feel like unsafe at all?
First of all, can I say why did they make it sound like that though? Chinese spy balloon. Like, come on, man.
I'm like, they make it seem like that boy had like a gunner on it or something.
Exactly. Like, I hate the way the media worded it, man. Bruh. But I honestly wasn't concerned. My aunts, they were very concerned. We like in a family group chat. They was over there talking about, the Armageddon and World War III.
Oh my God.
I heard the war, like, I wasn't nervous, but in my mind,
oh man,
I'm like, if there's one country I really don't want to mess with, it's China.
It's fair. I mean, it's fair. They have a pretty large army.
Yeah, I just feel like they got people that's just like super ready to do whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, my thing is like, if nothing happens now, I mean, I'm pretty sure something will happen eventually.
Yeah.
The whole rumor mill about this being preparation for China, like invading Taiwan and all that stuff. But I mean, who knows? They've been talking about war forever.
They said that it was
now? You know what I mean?
They said, I think China was like, basically they was saying, okay, so that if we catch some of y'all stuff, we're gonna shoot y'all stuff down. So that's what they was kind of.
And here's my thing is, okay, this is like off limits airspace.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's
like they knew it wasn't cool.
But it felt like it took us forever to shoot it down.
Because it did.
They was tracking it like, well, it's over the Midwest now. I'm like,
bro,
like how long y'all gonna allow this to go on?
Hey, it went across the whole United States, whole thing.
Was it unmanned?
No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was just like a satellite on it, and they was saying that it was controlled. It wasn't just like drifting, in the winds. Yeah. It was a controlled, balloon. But who knows, man?
Somebody controlled it for that long?
Hell yeah, they got satellites in space that they, controlling. You know what I mean? From Earth. So it's possible.
Controlling it?
Yeah. Or multiple people controlling it. You know what I'm saying? That technology out here, bud. Right. It's out here. They can send
enemy of the state, bro.
Hey, right.
Enemy of the state, bro. We
hey,
here.
Real talk. You know what I'm saying? We been there.
Somebody knows our every move.
That was actually a good movie of his.
Oh, that was amazing.
Maybe one of his best.
Yeah, Enemy of the State was great.
It was great.
For real.
You know a movie of his I really do like? That
by him, say his name, man.
Probably a lot of people don't.
Will Smith.
Will
Smith is his name.
It's the movie
starring Will Smith.
Starring him. That
Will Smith. Come on.
It's like he had like a double or something.
Oh, that movie was trash.
I like that movie, bro.
What is it? Something Man.
I know what that movie was terrible.
That movie was awful.
Yeah, I like that movie.
Oh my god, you would like one of the terrible movies.
He likes Wild Wild West.
Good lord, you say who?
He likes Wild West.
You like Wild Wild West?
I hated that movie.
As everyone.
And that's one of the reasons that contributes to me disliking him for doing that movie.
Well, that's fair.
That's fair.
That is absolutely fair.
Like
it was such a racist movie too.
Was it?
There's so many racist things in that movie, bro.
Yeah, I don't remember it at all.
Hey, y'all know what y'all should go back and watch as adults? Police Academy.
I watch that.
Police Academy is great.
I love it.
But then, like as an adult, I went back and watched it. It was like, why did my parents allow me
100%
to watch this?
I was very adult.
How did they?
It's very adult.
It was. I was like,
very adult.
This was what they were saying and doing.
Absolutely.
Like,
Naked Gun
and the jokes and stuff they was making would not make it on TV today.
Oh Lord, no.
Oh my God,
absolutely not.
Cancel.
Hella cancel.
Cancel quickly.
Inappropriate. Bro. But it's great. It's funny.
It is so funny. It was hilarious, bro.
It's funny stuff. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I like it.
I like it.
Like for real. So, are y'all LeBron fans?
I'm a Laker fan.
I'm a supporter of LeBron.
Put my hat
what do you think
on.
about him breaking the record?
Like,
the all-time scoring record.
Congratulations.
Yeah, clap it up for LeBron.
I watched it.
Man.
I watched it.
Okay, what did you think?
I was happy that you know, it was good to see like the family on there.
Yeah. I thought it was weird they kind of shut the whole game down.
I like that. I like that though.
Word.
Yeah,
I thought it was kind of weird, but
I would have liked the fact that they shut the game down if they would have won.
Yeah.
That's fair.
They should have won.
Yeah. Like to do all of that then lose to me just took away from the rest of the night. Like, cause that's just me. Like, yeah, congratulations, LeBron.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm not a huge LeBron fan. I cheer for him and I root for him now because he's on my team.
Yeah.
Right. And he is a phenomenal basketball player.
100%.
Let me start with that. I think he is one of the greatest of all time.
And
what he doing, and he got them. He's an all-time NBA leading scorer, right?
Yeah,
can't take that away from him.
100%.
But it's just some of the stuff he do, man. That just be like that. Y'all see like the other game when he got fouled at the end,
against
Boston.
Tantrum.
It was a clear foul.
Yeah,
but come on, man,
man,
he didn't want to go into overtime. Bro. It's understandable.
I mean, but all that
he knew it was coming out
on his knees.
My man got on his knees in the middle of the paint,
pulling his hair out, sackcloth and ashes.
I'm like, bro,
like it was extra.
Like, get up.
It was extra.
It's just stuff extra. Like that. You'd be like, man, Kobe would never.
Well, I mean, Kobe would never.
Jordan would never.
But I'm just like, I feel like, me personally, all this talk about who's the GOAT, MJ, LeBron, or Kobe, my thing is, I feel like, skip all that. To me, that the conversation's old. I think they are all GOATs in their own right. Period.
It's only one GOAT.
That's my feeling.
That's one GOAT.
And here's why I'm saying that. Because, of course...
Hold on. Let's make this clear. Michael, Jeffrey, Jordan.
Okay.
It's the GOAT.
Okay.
Greatest
so here's what
time.
I'm saying. This is what I'm
Greatest
saying.
of all time.
Let's clean this
Michael, Joffrey, or whatever his name is, Jordan, he is the GOAT in a way that he revolutionized the game of basketball. I totally agree.
No.
That's not what we say.
Hold on.
That's not what he said.
Can I finish?
No, you said something incorrect.
You said something like
to y'all.
No, period.
Let me finish. Now,
hey,
we can say LeBron is the greatest of all time because he is now the scoring leader. They're all GOATs in their own right.
No.
All right, man.
You wasn't saying Kareem was the greatest of all time. Because
he had the scoring title, yes. In his own right, yes.
No, so
in his own right,
yes. So Karl Malone's a GOAT.
What records does Karl Malone have?
Karl Malone was second.
What records does he have? What is he number one in?
What
is he number one in?
I don't know.
What is he number one in?
It's something. He has records. I don't know. He probably
sure he has records.
Okay, so let's say if he had the most blocks of all time, and it's an ungodly amount of blocks. Okay, so in his own right, he's the GOAT in that category because it's the greatest of all time.
So there can be greatest of all times in categories.
Sure.
I am talking overall,
yes,
Michael Jordan.
Yes.
But that is why I said what I said, which was in their own right.
It ain't no own right. We talking about own right, man. It's Jordan.
I'm just sick of the damn argument. Who cares about this argument anymore?
Everyone.
Why is everybody still arguing? I'm sick of the argument. I'm sick of seeing it on social media. I'm sick of seeing it on ESPN.
Let me ask you
Get over it.
This argument is going to be going on to your dying day.
Let me just ask you one question.
And long after.
You want to go win a championship at their prime.
Okay.
And you got a team. And you want to win a championship. That's your goal.
Okay.
Who are you taking?
Of course I'm taking MJ.
Next subject.
But can we ask this? Is being the GOAT only about rings? Only. Because I think it should be expanded to more things.
It is expanded to more things.
Okay, then what I said was right. In their own right.
Because
in their own right, they're the GOAT.
No,
because to me,
your stuff was settled if we went off of rings. You would say in his own right.
Here's my thing about it.
It's actually the opposite.
No, that's exactly what you're saying.
No. What I'm saying is LeBron's in his own right because he has the scoring title.
I know.
The GOAT. MJ has 1,000 rings. Therefore, he is a GOAT also.
Here's my thing about scoring title.
And you're wrong.
What you're arguing.
It's a phenomenal feat that I think Kareem had it since 1984. LeBron has it now. The amount of games that's played when it comes to overall things has to be considered.
Okay.
I don't say that takes anything away from LeBron, even Kareem having that feat for so long. But when you look at where Jordan is, or even a Karl Malone is on this list, and you see the amount of games that they played to get there, you start looking at stuff a little bit differently. LeBron James, one of his greatest things is to be at the ability, like I say it all the time, for him to be doing what he is doing 20 years in the league at 38 years old is phenomenal.
In his own right.
And it's great.
Yes.
So I take nothing away from him.
Right.
Nobody's playing at this high level
at his age. That's a phenomenal.
No one.
That is a phenomenal.
And we've never
thing.
seen anyone do it.
Yeah.
But if we want to take records, trophies, and I ain't even talking about just NBA trophies, scoring titles,
sure,
defensive players of the year,
sure,
first team all defense, first team, like all of this stuff.
Yeah,
Jordan has more in every category.
I agree.
In less time.
I agree. I'm agreeing with all.
Now,
of
there's
this.
things that LeBron does better than Jordan. He's a better rebounder. He's a better passer. You know, things like that. Even if I'm a scoring cat, I take nothing away from LeBron. I don't look at LeBron James as a skilled scorer. I really don't. And I know that's tough to say because he holds the scoring title.
Well, he can impose his will.
But it's like Shaq.
Yeah.
He just imposes. Physically, no one can really match up with him. 100%. But from a skill set standpoint, I don't think he's really has a go-to or can get open and just create his thing like that, right? He's phenomenal. I don't want to take anything away from him, but at the end of the day, I just feel like, for me, it's all about mentality. And he lacks that. Like, in a crush situation, he's going to want to make the right basketball play. And that's, the sorry dude is over there in the corner. That's the right basketball play because he's wide open. In my mind, I'm like, you're the best player on the floor. I don't care if it's two guys on you. Take the shot.
It's fair.
Because I trust you taking the shot with two guys on you than bum guy in the corner wide open that you keep passing it to.
Definitely fair.
But then he passes it to him. They miss.
The game.
He look at them and want to go and blame them.
But the world's looking at him.
And everybody else looking at you like, bro, even as you putting your head down, get your back, take the fat, like, go get it.
I mean, I get it from his standpoint because if the dude is open, and I do believe that
that's why he ain't got the mentality.
LeBron's IQ of basketball is extremely high. So it's like I can't really speak on it. I'll never ever have that kind of IQ in basketball.
I mean, to me, like, people come out and be like, well, you know, they talk about the different eras, and that's one thing Jordan always said when they asked him was he great. He's like, hey, we played in different eras. It's hard for me to say, hey, I like to think of myself as a great, but I never played against a Kareem. I never played against a Dr. J. So it's hard. Like, but my thing is people be like, well, Jordan had the best team. He went, you know, he did this and that with the best team. And LeBron took a bunch of. I'm like,
I'm not rolling with any of that.
Yeah, he took a bunch of bumps to the finals.
No,
he did because the East was weak.
I mean, he did, but
did he win with a bunch of bumps?
Iverson did the same thing
once and lost.
The same thing LeBron did.
He did it once and lost. LeBron only took a bunch of bumps to the finals like twice. I say probably twice.
Did he win any of those?
No, he beat the best team. The one time when he beat 72 and something. When he beat the Golden State, and they came back from down.
Yeah, that's right.
Kyrie had a lot to do with that.
Yes.
100%. Absolutely.
Kyrie was the guy that hit the big shots.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But people will act like, oh, he beat the best team, and they act like he did it by himself.
No, he didn't do it by himself.
Or like 3 of his 4 championships. I mean, 2 of his 4 championships came with a super team that he left to go help build.
And this is why I don't. This is why I don't like that argument.
And it's like,
because it's a team sport.
Because people be acting
like,
what
I'm saying, like, it is what it is.
The Bulls have the greatest team. I'm like, but for the most part, it was organically built. Yeah. Like, they be like, hey, Jordan wouldn't win it until he got Pippen. Like, yeah, Jordan didn't make it to the championship until he got Pippen. They got Pippen in the freaking second round out of a little school in Arkansas.
And I'm saying, skip all that. The bottom line is, it's a team sport.
It's a team sport.
Can't nobody do it by themselves. It is what it is. Who cares?
Jordan the GOAT, man.
Listen, like I said, I'm just saying LeBron is a GOAT in his own right, too. So is Kobe. So is Kareem.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
I mean, they could go all in their own right, but it's levels.
It is levels.
It's levels to the GOATness, and you know,
look at
LeBron's like third.
You just want to be a contrarian. Yeah, I'm looking at you in the damn mirror.
Don't look.
I'm looking at you in the mirror.
Don't look at me in the mirror, bro. I'm just saying, there's one goal and we're done with it.
Okay, whatever y'all say, man. I'm gonna just sit.
I'm
just
sit and I like I said, ain't no yak. I like LeBron, man.
Mm-hmm.
I meant for LeBron, man, but like I said, man, if he wasn't as kind of soft on the court, man. I just can't prescribe to that.
All right, tough guy. All right.
No, not.
Come on. Everybody's soft now.
LeBron is soft on the court.
Let me change the narrative and call you a tough guy. Just allow me to go with the narrative.
Actually, I won't because that's incorrect. I'm saying LeBron is soft on the court. He is.
No, he do. He be whining.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. He be whining.
Yeah, he's soft. He don't got the mentality, bro. If LeBron had the mentality of like Iverson or Kobe, the dude would be on another atmosphere. And then I would prescribe to like, okay.
I think he had the tools to really be like winning in like championships ain't everything, but the amount of times that he got there. What killed it for me was that Dallas Maverick lost in the finals.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
They had no business.
I totally
winning that series.
Yeah. Jason Terry kept shooting.
No, that's what did it for me. And it's like, nah, you can't lose in the finals to this. Like no one fears LeBron.
I'm not rolling with that.
He's too nice. They don't, like nobody be like.
I mean, maybe from a personality standpoint, but on the court,
not on the court. Nobody like
who's standing in LeBron's way when he's flying through that lane.
When I'm saying like nobody standing, when nobody's fears, or nobody worries about LeBron walking onto the court and be like, man, how are we going to win this game? Like people fear.
Well,
Jordan.
on a bum team, sure.
I mean, like first of all, every team he's been on, he helped construct.
I mean, I'm rolling with that.
He holds some fault in whatever these bum teams.
Yeah, I mean, I'm rolling with that.
But even on the bum team, people fear Kobe.
I would say people fear LeBron.
No.
100%.
No. Nobody's worried about him. He's too busy over there making up handshakes.
Maybe not now.
Ever.
You don't think so?
Probably Miami LeBron. That's when LeBron was at his best.
No, definitely. I totally agree with that.
I think that is when he was at his best. D-Wade was in his ear telling him, hey, bro, get after it.
Man,
but you got to have a killer mentality to feel. People knew LeBron didn't have that.
Say no shit about no get after.
Who?
Wade.
Bro,
Wade was
on the court. On the court, yes.
Hey, I would tell you,
an assassin, bro.
No, I agree on the court.
Jordan,
I'm talking about,
Kobe,
kind
Wade.
Of a weirdo.
He weirdo now.
Jordan, Kobe, Wade.
On that court, assassin.
Hey, bro. On the court, now I'm gonna tell you that finals when they did win.
I might take Prime D Wade over Prime LeBron. I know that sounds crazy.
I'm not.
When they won, when we won in Miami,
Prime D
Wade took over.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Said,
I remember that game.
Like LeBron got in there because D Wade pushed LeBron.
No, I
said,
totally agree.
Go after and go and get it.
Yeah.
And then when LeBron started shining away,
Wade got on it.
D Wade said, "Hey, it's go time."
He got on it.
Same thing that Irving did.
He got on it. I ain't mad at it.
So,
you don't hear that about no other team that nobody else was on.
What's that?
Oh, that somebody else just took over and won the game for him.
Goat in his own right.
Anyway,
that's all I'm saying.
Hey, man, are y'all rolling with this, man? We gonna change something. Pissing me off.
People be hating on LeBron.
LeBron is great.
People be hating for
no
reason.
You gotta let ignorance be ignorant. You gotta let ignorance be ignorant. You know what I'm saying?
That's hilarious, man.
Like I expect like a comment from this from like somebody who didn't come up in the Jordan era.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've had the luxury of seeing all.
We've
Jordan.
seen a lot of great basketball.
We've seen all Jordan.
Yeah,
we got to see all Kobe,
and we got to see some of the older guys too.
And we got to see the strangest thing for me when people say is that Jordan's the people in the league Jordan competition level was not great, and I'll be like when people say that I'll be like
I'm not rolling with none of that.
Like man, like some of the greatest 50 players that they had, or even on the greatest 75 list, came from Jordan's era.
I'm not rolling with none of that.
Like stop it.
Yeah.
Bunch of weirdos.
Some of those arguments be ridiculous.
Just be stupid.
Shut up.
Like they be like, look at that. Like somebody posted a picture like Jordan was winning the championship and they posted John Stockton. I'm like, bro, did you watch John Stockton play?
I was about to say John Stockton in the Jazz team.
Like they was boring as hell. But they was getting bucky.
They was the old school Spurs when Duncan was on the Spurs.
They was a mound of efficiency.
Man, listen, that pick and roll every single time. Killing you.
That they little fadeaway that the mailman hit you with.
They did not know how to stop it.
Hornacek.
Hey, Hornacek.
Hey, Bucky's, bro.
Hey, that's funny, man.
Bucky.
Hey, that's hilarious.
And a couple times in them things, they had the best record.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just couldn't get the chip.
Jordan.
Because Jordan.
And I think that's for me, it's kind of what put me with Jordan above LeBron is just that right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in the midst of LeBron's prime, and when everybody's saying LeBron is the greatest, too many people won championships in that time.
Mm-hmm.
Other teams. Like, there's too many people that could be like, well, LeBron was the prime. Mm-hmm. I got rings.
Yeah. I mean, it's fair.
During Jordan's prime,
he had to leave for people to get rings. Then he came back and got to it.
Yeah, it's fair.
It's like, what nobody, like Jordan, like, my prime, my ring.
It's fair. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm not putting Jordan over LeBron. I am saying LeBron is a GOAT.
Hold on. Did you hear what you said? You said, obviously, you're not putting Jordan over LeBron.
No. I'm just talking.
So we
have a podcast.
So you're not putting Jordan over LeBron?
No. Jordan is the best. Yes.
But you said you're not putting Jordan over LeBron. That's what you just said.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, Jordan is over LeBron.
Okay.
Jordan. Y'all knew what I meant. Come on.
I did not. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not sure.
Gotcha.
I don't know what you're talking about.
My whole point was LeBron is a GOAT in his own right.
Okay.
Period. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, number three is a cool spot.
Stay on your side, bro. Stay on your side.
Number 3 is not a bad spot.
I would say we could talk more about it, but we have other things to discuss. Yeah, man.
Are y'all rolling with this?
Move on, because
I want to see if y'all rolling with this.
Hey, bro.
A guy and a girl who has had sex,
yikes,
can't decide to be just friends.
I would say I'm rolling with that, but I would say there are some outside factors that make me fully roll with it.
Such as?
So you're saying you're not rolling. So you're saying a guy and a girl who's had sex before can't be just friends.
I think they can be, but as long as they're both single. Like if they're single, then I think that can flourish and stuff like that. But if they're not, then I don't see how they can be friends.
So let's say they've had sex before.
Yeah.
They left it alone and decided to be just friends, and they've just been cool since then, never had sex again. But if they get into relationships, that friendship needs to totally end because they had sex before?
That's a good question.
I think the quick answer is yes.
Okay.
But I will be willing to hear a conversation.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like a hard, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know.
I would say there are some variables.
Mm-hmm.
How good is the sex? I think that's important.
That's very important.
I think that's important. You know what I mean? But let's just go with the question in and of itself.
Well, so you said the sex was amazing. They can't just be friends.
I would say it would be tougher to just be friends.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
It's going to be tougher to just be friends.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is.
Because that memory is there.
Oh, it's there.
It's etched.
And every time y'all get together and kick it,
right,
y'all going to want to, and eventually feelings is going to get involved.
And y'all might not necessarily always want to, but it's like.
It's on the table every time.
Flashbacks.
It's on the table.
Yeah.
Like, real talk. It's going to be on the table.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But just answering the question in and of itself, which was can't be friends afterwards. I'm not rolling. I think you can't be friends afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, of course, I'm not rolling. I think you can be. Now, variables do go into this.
Mm-hmm.
And not, to me, just if y'all ever had sex. Like if y'all just had sex one time, and y'all was both like, we probably shouldn't have did that.
Yeah.
You know, and then y'all give it some time, maybe away from each other and all that. Then y'all get back to being cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think that can be cool.
Yeah.
If y'all was smashing,
it makes it a little bit tough.
It makes it a little bit tough to go from regularly smashing, like consistently, to all of a sudden like, you know what? Let's just be friends.
And I don't know why y'all trying to be friends anyway though.
I mean, maybe y'all was. Maybe y'all was cool before the smashing.
Am I like?
So what's the option? Just to be together?
No, I'm just
just cut it totally off.
Just like, stop talking. Period.
Yeah, like why y'all trying to be friends?
Why can't it? Because maybe they was real cool.
Maybe they was cool before.
Yeah,
they explored that different arena, and they had the skibbity paps, and after the paps, they like, you know what?
They said,
like I said, I think it's extremely hard.
Yeah.
If it was been on a consistent basis,
100%.
Like if y'all was consistently meeting up and that's what y'all was doing, and all of a sudden y'all think y'all could just turn that off. I think it would take some time away from it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
To let whatever that was die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then the fact of, does it really ever die?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it could definitely.
Yeah, it could definitely die.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
I've seen some people that I've had there for, and then seen them and had no feelings for it whatsoever.
Exactly.
So it definitely
100%.
It definitely
like
can die.
Like you cool.
Yeah, you cool.
Yeah.
Don't even think about it.
Exactly. 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had that.
Like it come to your mind, like, oh, I forgot I even.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it.
I'll see you later.
Hey, right.
I'll see you later.
Or I won't.
Probably wasn't that great then.
I got it.
Maybe. It could be.
Yeah, so y'all
I'm just saying, it could be a possibility.
I mean,
whatever. All right, here we go. Is you rolling with this? This might be kind of read wrong, so I might, had to read it a couple times. Says, the whole, quote unquote, if a nigga want to, he will, quote unquote, movement has killed the art of communication. So the movement of if a nigga want to, he will, that has killed the art of communication.
I'm rolling. I get exactly what you're saying. I'm rolling.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm rolling, but I would love to hear more about what y'all think.
Because here's what I think. I think this is what it's saying, Ben. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
Uh-huh.
I think it's saying, like, when somebody says something to you like, well, you ain't doing this for me. And the guy was like, well, I didn't know that you wanted something like that.
Uh-huh.
And they like, well, if you really wanted to do it for me, you just do it. I shouldn't have to tell you.
Yes.
Is that kind of what they're saying?
Pretty much.
Like, I shouldn't have to tell you to get me roses.
Yeah.
If you really wanted to do that for me, you just would.
Mm-hmm.
And there are certain instances that will happen.
Yes, I do think there are some instances where that could be true.
And there are also other instances that it's not going to happen.
My thing is, like, man, should people want to do nice things for you, and if they want to, they will do it. Mm-hmm. Yes. Like, if a guy wants you, I feel like you will know it.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to do what he can to kind of show you. But what he's doing to kind of show you may not be your thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where communication comes in, because I can't read your mind.
Yeah.
And I think that's what that is saying. Like, it's killed communication because people are expecting, in this case, I think it's talking women to a man, that women are expecting us to be able to read their mind and be like, well, if you wanted to do what you was doing, like, I didn't even know you like this. And
I would even expand it beyond wanting to read the mind. I think also it could just be expectations in general.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So there could be some expectations not being met, and it could be because of a lack of communication.
Yeah.
And
somebody just thinks you're supposed to know it.
Right. And so then it's just like, people will say, well, if he wants to, he will. And so, like I said, I think there are like stipulations with it, because I think, let's say, like, if it's just in the beginning stages of something, you're trying to get to know somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say, and I would argue that most men, if they want that woman, they will go after her
hard.
And if they don't, they're not. So I would say in that scenario, that could be true.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, in some other scenarios, that could be a totally different thing.
Man, expectations are like can be the ruin of a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
As we, because putting these, they should be doing this, they should be doing that. They should treat me like, like like if they like me, they'll be doing this.
Yeah.
Like you can't prescribe on a set sort of, like a set amount of things or certain things that says, okay, they like me if they do these things. Because people are different.
Yeah, 100%.
A person may have been buying you all type of stuff and showed them this how they know that they love you. Another person could just be buying you stuff just because, hey, nice things, but not really love you like that.
Yeah, 100%.
So to say, so a person says, okay, this is how a person's going to show that they love me because they're going to buy me things. You go to another person with the expectation and they're not doing it. Oh, they don't really like me like that.
Yeah,
right. You know what I'm saying? There's just like what the thing said, like, oh, if he wanted to, he would.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, no, that's not. They're different.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are definitely stipulations, 100%.
Yeah, so I'm not rolling. I mean, I am rolling with that. I'm rolling with this statement.
Open your mouth.
Yeah. I mean, because just communication is key. If you want something, you gotta let it be known.
You do have to let it be known.
And and thinking that somebody.
It's up to the person after that.
Yeah. Now, if you let them let them know and they don't do it, then it kind of goes into, well, if he wanted to do it, he would.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because then he just made the decision not to do it.
100%.
Stop making claims on stuff that you ain't communicating.
Yeah, but if you haven't communicated, you have no right to make that statement, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm rolling.
Nobody. If the dude doesn't know that you love flowers on Fridays when you come home or something or whatever, I don't know. It's just like, he don't know you. Like, he don't know you like that.
Bottom line.
And every time on Friday you got an attitude, he don't know why.
Confused.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. All right, man, you're rolling. Okay, I'm going to read this how it's written.
Uh-oh.
Men don't have a problem sharing their feelings the first time.
Okay.
The problem comes in when their feelings aren't validated and they don't feel the need to share their feelings anymore. So I guess it's saying at the end, it's like the problem comes in when their feelings aren't validated, and since they're not validated, they don't feel the need to share their feelings anymore.
I'm rolling. No need to explain.
Okay.
I think it's self-explanatory. Who's going to continue to share how they feel when their feelings aren't validated? Bottom line.
Okay. Rece?
I'm kind of in the middle on this. And the reason why, because I do feel like that may be the case up front for some men. But let's say your feelings wasn't validated in a previous relationship. Now you go into another relationship, and now you do have a problem sharing your feelings up front because you haven't healed or dealt with how your feelings wasn't validated in the past. So now this woman may think like, man, this guy has a problem sharing his feelings.
Yeah.
Because he's not sharing his feelings because any other time he shared them before that had nothing to do with this woman.
Yeah.
His feelings haven't been validated. And here this woman is reaching for his feelings now, and he ain't sharing them because he's comparing her to how things went before. So that's why I think like if somebody wrote it from that perspective, like men have a problem sharing their feelings.
Yeah.
Maybe she's dealing with a man that does have a problem sharing his feelings because his feelings have never been validated before her. So in that case, I'd be like, well, no, I'm not necessarily rolling it. But if a man does share his feelings, I think some men have a problem with it. I think some don't. But for anybody who has a problem sharing their feelings, I think that's man or woman, at some point, they were free at sharing their feelings and vulnerable with sharing their feelings, and somebody misused that.
Sure. And
now they second guess being that person. So it's depending how you look at it if I'm rolling or not. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'm rolling with it. I think that once you start tearing down or even misinterpreting it, like when you misinterpret a man's feelings, and what he and you try to prescribe what he's saying as something else, then you not only like not validate his feelings, that you have assigned a whole different meaning.
Yeah, and intent.
And the meaning and intent. And once you start changing the meaning and intent about what a man says, then a lot of times, not all the time, but that's when a defensiveness comes.
Yeah.
And then that's when a proving starts coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have to prove to you that they're not what you're saying they are, and this is not what I said.
Right. And then at that point, now he's trying to take care of your feelings.
Yeah.
because
Because the person is feeling a certain way based on what they're saying, but the person didn't mean it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So now all the focus is on her or him, whatever, how it's going.
Yeah.
But so you have to, but the important thing is, once you get to the bottom of it, you have to go back to the original feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's real.
If you do not go back to the original feeling, then it's easy for a person to say, hey, I'm not trying to go through all that.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not going.
I'm not even gonna say nothing about it.
You're not about to represent like what I said, and then I have to go through an hour-long conversation.
Yeah, go through another proving ground.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
like nobody wants that.
And then once somebody get to a proving ground, everything they do becomes less genuine.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just doing it to prove that I'm not what you think I am. I'm not who you say I am. I'm not what you think. My intentions ain't what you think they are. I'm just trying to prove that to you.
Right.
So now it's coming from a prove it place and not a genuine place.
Everything's performance based now.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm bad with that. I hate being misinterpreted or misrepresented.
I mean, it takes a lot of audacity for somebody to try to tell you what your intents was.
Hey, it's wild, actually.
Like, how can you tell
somebody what they not only tell it, but believe it?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's the craziest thing ever.
Like, you are like
the Lord thy God is the only one that can really speak to somebody and say, this was your intent.
It's the wildest thing ever, boy.
I mean, it's so wild that
it's unbelievable.
Most murders can't even be tried as first degree because it is so hard to prove intent. But somebody will take a small thing that you said and try to tell you what you really mean and what you are intending.
It's the wildest thing ever.
And with no proof.
Not to get on my soapbox. Change the subject. But the reason why George Zimmerman got off for killing Trayvon Martin is because they charged him with first degree murder.
And there was
no way to prove their intent.
If they'd got second degree, he'd be locked up right now.
It was a messed up. It was a messed up charge. They should have never. They should have never think. And I feel like that was a system thing, bro.
Yeah.
That
it was. It was a loophole
because they knew that they can get him off because
when they told him they was charging him with first degree murder, his lawyer was probably like, okay,
cool.
Bet.
Because you can eat that up.
Yeah.
Because this is the thing, like people don't understand when they be like, well, this was your intentions. Intentions mean I premeditated on this thing.
I set out to
do this. And most of the time, that is not what people do.
Right.
When it comes in a relationship.
Yeah, 100%. If it's somebody who like really loves and care about you, definitely not.
They didn't set out to make you mad or hurt you.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
But that's where you have to understand that they're not, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that takes some self-recognition.
Mm-hmm.
And really having to see, it's like, you know what? We're on the same team.
Right.
This person is not my enemy.
Mm-hmm.
This is not my adversary, and they want the best for me.
Mm-hmm.
If I go in with that notion, then when you say something, even if I'm taking it wrong, I can know you have my best interest at heart.
Yeah, no, that's real.
That's so hard.
But if you are coming at it,
that is hard in the midst of an argument.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, this person is my team. I know they have my best interest at heart. Like, that is hard to go into a discussion. I mean, it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, and that foundation has to, and that's the thing, that foundation has to be built before the disagreement.
Yeah, it's given the benefit of the doubt.
People suck at that.
The disagreement will
people love grace until they have to give it.
Yeah,
the disagreement will show you where you are.
Yeah,
that's true.
So the disagreement is nothing but a mirror.
Facts.
Oh, a disagreement is a mirror of your relationship.
Has a lot of cracks in it.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? And so if you want to, if you want to see how healthy your relationship is,
have a disagreement.
Yeah, no, that's real.
And, then,
and how long you all stay
ground
in that disagreement?
Yeah,
hey, that's real.
So, cause some people can stay mad. I'm like, how are you like?
And like being mad.
I can't stand. Like, I'll be trying to get over it quick. Like, I ain't got time to like messing up my day.
I wish I could come out of it, bro. I ain't gonna even front you.
And women would mess up your day and just keep on going.
Hi, bye, whatever. Whole time you like this.
Throw a mountain stuff for you at 7:50, knowing you got to clock in at 8.
Yeah,
and they just gonna get off.
Hey, that's
they all not the way. They all not the way.
See that long text?
Your whole day messed up.
Whole day gone.
Man, that's hilarious, boy.
Whole day gone.
Hey, do y'all want to do this week on TikTok, or what we looking like on time? Shit, we almost at almost an hour.
Done. Yeah, we done.
Y'all want to?
we ain't no TikTok today.
All right.
Dang it.
Yeah, hey, that's he wanted to hit that bug.
I did.
We'll hit it next week.
All right,
man. But so I was just thinking about it. So man, I want us to talk about fatherhood.
Ooh.
And I want us to talk about it in the form of our experience.
Mm-hmm.
As children?
Well, our experience in our lives that deals with a father being present or non-present.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like, what was like? I would say like what was like your experience growing up?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And like how was that presence or non-presence? Like how'd you like this? What the experience was like? Like what was that experience? Nicholas?
I mean, for me, my father has been there from day one. Like, so, like, I'm fortunate enough to say, like, I grew up with a very present, like, father in the house.
Clap it up for that.
You know, like,
yeah, I'm gonna clap it up for that. Good stuff.
I was trying to wake up. I
It took a little long.
Yeah, phone was locked. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But no, like my pops didn't have a pops. Like, my grandma had like 15 kids.
Yeah.
Like, and it was crazy in itself. But my daddy was the youngest of the 15, and his pops left while my grandma was pregnant with him. Who leaves that kid 15 is beyond me. But like bro, you made it this far.
Yeah, right.
like you know, crazy. But so my pops grew up without a father, you know. And he kind of just like, you know, I made up in my mind that when I had kids, I was going to do whatever it took to be there for my kids, right? And I mean, of course, growing up without a father, he didn't have a great example of. So, you know, as a child, I felt some mistakes, you know, that now that I'm grown, I understand a lot more of some of the whys behind some of it. But one thing I never had to question if my pops loved me, and my pops are going like, I can't remember a football game that he wasn't at, a track meet that he wasn't at. And not only just for me, like all my friends growing up that didn't have a pops, he was the pops of the neighborhood. You know, people still show up to the house now and talk to him. You know, help coach my little league football team, help coach my basketball team when I was like all of that. So my pops was like heavily involved, you know. Yeah. And I mean, him and my mom's will celebrate 40 years.
Clap it up for that.
40 of them things.
Yeah, 40 years of marriage in August. So, you know, but you know, that's another story for another day, or maybe later on we'll get in there, because it was a lot of stuff that went on there that had its effects, right? But as far as father, like, he's there, he like very present still.
Yeah,
still dope. Still a very present.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah,
dope.
That's what's up. Humble.
So for me, my pops was, he was always with his kids, always. Yeah. Even though my parents were divorced, so my parents got divorced when we were like really young. I think I was like, I don't know, 5.
Yeah,
something like that, maybe 6 at the most. Probably like younger than that, 4 or 5. So anyway, even though they were divorced, he was like always around. Like,
did you kind of remember when that happened?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember seeing my parents having a physical fight.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like we even knew the reason why they got divorced.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot.
I ain't gonna put them out there, you know what I mean?
Maybe later we will.
Yeah, Pops had to grow up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He had to grow up, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so even though they did get divorced when we were extremely young, my mom did not keep us away from our dad.
Dope.
And listen, my dad will come over to the house and pick us up whenever he wanted to. And that was all the time. You know what I'm saying? And so he actually died when I was 13 years old. I was in the 8th grade.
Oh, wow.
And so I would say the way that affected me after he died, because that was like, a vital time during my life.
I mean,
like
that's prime. I need my daddy.
Yeah, exactly. And so at that time, my brother was 15, I think, maybe 16, 15.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't think he's 3 years older than you.
Yeah, 15. Yeah. And then my sister was probably like 16.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And so all of us were.
All y'all was in there.
Yeah, teenagers, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely your sister.
Yeah, super vital time of our lives. But I can say for me, I did have father figures around. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Like uncles and stuff?
It was more so men at the church.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because we was going to New Life. And we eventually started going to New Life. I want to say like my sophomore year. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so I always had men around me. Even in my freshman year, the girl who I was talking to at the time, like her pops was kind of like a father figure because I was just around them. You know what I'm saying? So I always had like a father figure around, even though my pops died so young. Mm-hmm. But I can say just him in and of himself, like, yeah, like the way like he loved us, even though we didn't hear him say it a lot, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He would tell us, periodically, but like we knew. Yeah. Like my pops didn't F around when it came to his kids. Like I remember watching him beat up one of my mom's boyfriends because he was trying to keep us away from him. And my pops pulled up to the crib and just beat that dude. He was kind of a maniac, you know what I'm saying? But only a maniac when he came to his kids, you know what I'm saying?
That's a good time to be a maniac.
Hey, no, real talk. Yep. But yeah, so yeah, I said all I had to say, yeah, no, my pops, you know what I'm saying? Like he was definitely a good dad. He was also before he died, he worked for the juvenile system.
Okay.
And so he always had like teenagers. He was kind of like a mentor.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he was just that kind of dude.
That's what's up.
Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm.
Loves?
Well, my experience is I don't have any memory of my parents together.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I can actually remember like my first time really, I feel like meeting my pops. Like I wouldn't even want to get out the car. My sister got the car.
How old was you?
I was in elementary school.
Okay.
I'm thinking 5th grade.
Okay.
5th or 6th. I know it was in elementary school.
Uh-huh.
No, I don't know. It was around. No, it was probably. I was probably younger than that. I was probably about 3rd.
So you're probably like about 8 years old.
Yeah, and because he lived in a different state.
Okay.
Different city. So he lived probably about 70, 80 miles from me.
So you kind of saying like from basically birth to 8 years old, you never seen him.
No, I don't have any recollection of it.
Okay.
And I distinctly remember that time, him pulling up and me not wanting to go and say anything to him. And my sister had more of a togetherness relationship. like there's pictures of them like together and stuff like that. And with me, man, so I mean, we just, you know, with my pops, it was difficult, but I told myself it was the best way, I guess, to try to make it easier. Like,
how was it after like that first time? Like after you met him at 8, what did the relationship take off from there? And y'all became.
Well, I think my relationship with my pops is kind of like it's kind of like how you are with your next door neighbor. You know, y'all cordial, y'all speak. You know what I'm saying, and y'all might have a topic y'all can talk about for a while, but other than that, you know, y'all neighbors. You know, so
yeah.
You know, so I didn't really have that experience of like a father figure in the household, and then I had like there's nobody in my city that I could go to every day and see. Like my friend's stepdad. You know, he was a nice guy. But as you know, I wasn't into church then, and I didn't get into church till later, and that's when I started really seeing some positive father figures.
Yeah.
But that was like I was out of high school. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Yeah.
And so like I had uncles and stuff like that, man, but no like day-to-day people.
Was your uncles around a lot?
I mean, when I went to go see them,
I mean,
they were like when I was around them, it was great to be around them.
Yeah, I got you.
And it was like refreshing.
Right.
But, you know, other men that like I was around, or like I wasn't really comfortable around men like that. And so it just made me really feel like an inferiority type of thing.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what they were about. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know, you know, I didn't know how to act around them.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, so that was kind of, you know, it was just really, I just don't have any knowledge. But our relationship was more of it was like a buying type of thing. Like he would buy things on special occasions. And then it's kind of like a big deal. When really it's like, you know, you got the gift.
Right.
Out of like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, and it's so funny. It's like, and I think about it, it's like, man, to this day, I can still name everything he's ever bought me.
Wow.
Like I can name it. You know, and I couldn't even fathom trying to name everything my mom has ever bought me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
And so I think that is telling of our relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So like for you, B, like question. So you said around like 13 is when you lost your pops?
Yeah, probably like 12.
So 12, 13, you lost your pops. Pops was very involved. I understand, like you said, you had other men that kind of came in was father figures.
Right.
But what effects do you think losing your, you know, prime teenage years, going into teenage years, then adulthood, man, what effects do you think losing your pops at around that age had on you?
Like for sure, I know the main thing, what I noticed immediately was work ethic. Like I noticed that immediately. And
like
that's
a better work ethic?
My work ethic was terrible.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I didn't notice that until I was around like 19, maybe 20, and trying to figure out what I was doing after high school. You know what I'm saying? And so around that time, that's when I had like somebody else who was like a father figure, and I had to learn like work ethic from him. You know what I'm saying? So, like I know that right there was like one of the biggest things. And then really just I had to learn how to handle myself emotionally. like sharing my emotion, and that, hell, I didn't really learn that until I was in my mid-30s.
Because you feel like you just didn't have a man to show you what that
Yeah,
looked
to
like.
show me like what it looked like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I saw my dad cry one time, once, and that was when my uncle died years ago. I was like 7. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, I think because I didn't have any men around me to show me like what a healthy, emotional man looks like, especially for my pops, what I usually saw from him was anger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the main emotion that I would see from my pops, was anger. And then I think the other men who I was around who were like father figures, I didn't really see them in too many emotional states.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because again, these were dads of women that I was dating.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the main things was work ethic, and then just how to handle myself emotionally as a man. Like, you really just kind of had to learn from like TV. Like, honestly, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, I just didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And even on TV, like, you mostly saw anger.
Yeah.
How many times did you see a man cry on TV? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or in movies?
Uncle Phil.
Did he even cry?
Something, you know what I mean? He got emotional a little bit.
Yeah, he had some sad. Yeah.
So you just didn't see it often. You know what I mean? So like I said, for me, I just kind of like had to learn that stuff.
Yeah.
What about you, Los? Like, of course, you didn't meet yours to like round about 8. Then like their relationship doesn't sound like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, like it flourished anywhere from there.
No, it didn't.
Outside of just gifts and stuff. How do you feel like growing up and up into adulthood? How you think that affected you?
I think one of the things is when I was in elementary school, I was emotional, and I was like, getting picked on and not really knowing what is just like, not in a literal sense, not knowing what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like in a literal sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like not knowing to fight, not knowing to run, not knowing to tell someone, you know what I'm saying? Like I just did not know.
Yeah.
And then I got the emotional side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got older, I probably said like 7th, 8th grade, there was a shift in my thinking. But then since I knew how I was before, there was an overcompensation.
Yeah, no, that's real. That's good.
And so it wasn't those things. It wasn't like, okay, I'm going to stand up for myself. It was a person's not going to even act like they're going to do something to me now.
Yeah.
So it was a mentality change, but it was an overcompensation.
Right.
And it was just like being able to regulate that whole mind state, And I tell people, a lot of times people say they know that I had anger problems and anger issues. And my philosophy is you have emotional issues.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's not
that's
like
fair.
you don't have an anger issue. You have emotional issues.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just basically the emotion that you are feeling at the time. It's overstimulated.
Right.
You get overstimulated by it.
Yeah.
And so when I'm sad, I'm super sad.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm mad, I'm super mad. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not regulating things. And so I didn't really have that type of like person to like really tell me what boys do.
Right.
Yeah, that's real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like,
no, that's real.
I never I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
And funny story, my friend Jason, he taught me how to throw a football in my 8th grade year.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know how to throw a football until I was in the 8th grade.
Uh-huh.
And so it's just like, those are just things that you just know. Like my mama, she might go out there and
toss the
football around.
Hey, no, real talk.
And you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you don't know what boys do, and you don't know how to do things that boys do.
Right.
And so, like I watch by learning, or I learn by watching, and just by the people who I gravitated to.
No, that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? So
that makes sense.
You can throw that rock now.
Yeah, I mean now, you know what I'm saying? But and I'm gonna tell you, but the reason I learned how to throw because there was a overcompensation. I'm out there by myself throwing at trees at night because I'm like, now that I know how to throw, I want to be able to be really good.
You said at night.
Like, bro.
He was throwing that mug with full force.
Bro.
No accuracy.
Bro, with these, I'm telling these trees, bro. I had this, in my apartment complex, we had like a whole bunch of trees, bro.
Yeah.
And I would just be throwing it at them while trying to hit the tree. Standing still tree, you know what I'm saying?
Gotta go pick the ball up yourself.
Every time.
Pissed off.
Every time.
I be pissed.
Every time you have to go pick the ball up, you get more mad.
I know.
Pissed off, man.
That's when I start hitting the tree.
Yeah.
That's when I start hitting the tree. I got tired of walking and get the ball.
This damn tree. Why you throw the ball back?
And it's just crazy, like how those like different dynamics work. Like for me, because of course, like I had my pops there.
Yeah.
But then, like, here having my pops there and being, like, crazy involved, like, in everything, like, you know, teaching me, you know, he wasn't involved so much probably to my remembrance, like, early on, not to his detriment, like, kind of just throw brief history. Like, my mom's was raised later in her life a Jehovah's Witness.
Okay.
And for the first part of my life, you know, probably up until, like, 6th grade, so was I. And that came, anybody know about that religion came with a lot of rules and regulations.
Yeah.
How my mom and pops ended up together, how Jehovah's Witnesses ended up with a street dude, I have no idea. how that even happened, but it happened, right? And he kind of just tried to stay back and respect that. And it was like, but once I kind of came to him, like, man, I want to play ball.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of when me and his relationship kind of took off.
Yeah.
But the dynamic is just different because now here is like, my pops was like great in my eyes.
Yeah.
So it was like all his friends you talk about, like he went and played semi-pro football, like he was great at football. Heck, was beating me and my brother running until he turned 40-something years old. Like crazy athletic, was still playing softball, had his own softball team, was a star on that, was popular, like was all these things. And then so as a son watching this, you feel like I gotta be this standard.
Yeah.
Like, and so for me, greatness felt like the only option. Like failure, no. Like what is that? And then when I started kind of being good in certain areas and things like that, and he would congratulate and all, like, because all I ever wanted to do, and honestly, I mean, heck, still struggle with it now, was just make him proud. So like it made it hard for me to accept when I fell short. It put me in kind of a mode of perfectionism.
Yeah,
okay.
I got you.
Where like I gotta perform because I want my pops proud of me. I want to be better than what he was, because he always tell me like my only job is to make you a better man than what I was, and to give you what my pops didn't give me, and that is admirable.
Yeah.
But in a sense, hearing that as a child came with pressure that I feel like he never intended to put on me. Because it's like, I got to be better than him. I got to be a better man than him. I got to be a better football player than him. I got to go to college and not leave like he did. Like, I got to do all these things better than what he did. And, you know, and then kind of being, quote unquote, the good kid in the sense, because my brother was just doing his own thing. And I mean, and we both just took our different paths. My brother has turned into, honestly, an amazing man. But, you know, so it was like, bro be over here messing up, and I'm over here trying to walk the right path. And, you know, and I was like, that's what I'm talking about. You know, you ain't, you know, and he said one thing to me. He's like, you know, he said something to me. He didn't say it to me. He said it to a friend, but I was there. And he was like, man, he always called me by my middle name. He's like, Alexander has never let me down. And that added a weight to me that I never knew it added. You know, when somebody was like, you never let them down. So then you hear that and you like, well, I can't let them down now.
Yeah. That's real.
You know,
pressure.
And I carried that unknowingly to him, you know, for years. Like, I just did not want to let that man down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it added so much pressure that like I'm getting A's. I'm mad if I got a B on my grade card or a C.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm thinking if I walk in this house with a C, he gonna think something less of me than what I am.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm all A's and B's on the grade card, making sure I'm killing it in football, track, giving it all out. Mm-hmm. And honestly, just doing it because I didn't want to let him down.
Yeah.
You know, so having a father that was one of the most amazing things. I learned stuff that kids never. Like, I had a father teach me how to throw a football, right? Like, I know how to change brakes and fix things on cars and do things that a lot of people don't know just because I watched my daddy do it.
Yeah.
You know, if he didn't know how to do it, he'd always tell me, go get a book. If you don't know how, you can read and you can learn.
It's fair.
You know, so I learned all these tricks, work ethic, you know, all of these things because of him. But it then came like with this pressure that not necessarily he put in, and I didn't get this until like I'm now, like 40. Like, he didn't put it on me. I essentially put it on myself.
Right. Yeah.
Just because the communication, I took things certain ways that he probably never intended for me to take, but it was a child's mind just wanting to please daddy, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, and to turn it a little bit, you know, we can take it to how it affects you in relationships.
Yeah, 100%. Mm-hmm.
So let's take it there. Let's talk about that. So you seen your B, like your moms and pops kind of was together, got divorced.
Yeah.
And sounds like something crazy happened there to cause that to happen.
Like I said, he has some growing up to do.
You know, he has some growing up to do. You know what I'm saying? Read between lines. You know what I'm saying? He has some growing up to do, right? And then, of course, you lost him.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, early age. How do you think, you know, seeing how they was when they was married, seeing what happened, you know, 'cause I'm sure some stuff happened between divorce and him passing.
Yeah.
That you know had to see and endure. How do you think? What are the effects of how you were fathered and then lack thereof in the latter years? How you think that played out in your relationships and essentially like in your first marriage? Let's say your only marriage, because you ain't been married again.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So as far as like in my relationships, I'll just put it out there. Like, my dad was a cheater, straight up. Like, he was out here. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't kind of like come out of that until he was like, you know, it was some years. I want to say a few years before like he died. You know what I'm saying? So it took some time. And he died when he was 36. So he was young.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was super young. Yeah. But he did eventually like come out of that. And so I can say like the way like he treated women, like I didn't pick any of that up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they taught you what not to do?
I guess, yeah. But at the same time, I don't know if it was like something like I consciously like thought about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was just kind of like, no, that's just wrong. You know what I'm saying? So
have morals.
Yeah, like I'm just not gonna do that. You know what I mean? But I would say like in my first marriage or my only marriage, when I was saying like how to handle myself emotionally, like I didn't even know how to like express how I feel. You know what I'm saying? And so again, I didn't see that from my dad.
Right.
And so in my marriage, what like I can say like the first few years, I did not know how to say how I feel. I had no idea how to say this is how I'm feeling. No idea.
Right.
And I remember going to like my therapist, and one of the first questions she asked me was like, "How do you feel?" And I was like, "I'm cool." Like most dudes say, you know what I'm saying?
I'm good.
Because you like you think you cool, until you find out you ain't. You know what I'm saying? And so she was just like, "No, tell me how you feel." And I was like, I don't know what you're asking. And she's like, "Do you feel mad? Do you feel sad? Do you feel anxious?" And I'm like, "Oh," you know what I'm saying? So once I kind of like learned how to pick that up, like I said, in my marriage, you know, you can't be married and not know how to express to your spouse how you're feeling.
Facts.
Because everything comes across as nonchalant.
Oh.
You come across as not interested.
Guilty.
You come across as not emotional.
Guilty.
You know what I'm saying? And again, it wasn't something I was doing purposely. I literally had no idea how to express how I feel. No idea. I didn't even know how to express anger. You know what I'm saying? Like to the point where, and I know I get that from my mom because my mom is like super chill. Y'all have met my mom. She cool. She look like she won't punch a you know what I'm saying? Like she's just cool.
I've heard that other side.
I'm collected. Now. There's the problem.
I heard the other side.
When she get angry.
I was like, whoa, that's your mom on the phone, B? That's her.
When she get angry, you know what I mean? Yeah. But again, it's unregulated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I saw from my pops too, though.
Yeah.
He get angry, he ready to knock heads. And so, yeah, like I said, for me, just in my marriage, like I said, them first few years, they were extremely tough because I didn't know how to express myself. And that's something I didn't know how to learn, or I didn't learn from my pops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even in work ethic, like earlier on, quitting jobs. You know what I'm saying? I quit playing football. Same thing happened with my brother. He was an incredible basketball player. He quit playing basketball because my pops was his motivation. I was an incredible football player. Incredible. But I quit because my mom wouldn't motivate me.
Like, do what you want to do.
Do what you want to do.
Yeah, I think that's,
you know what I'm saying?
That's one of the ways it kind of showed up.
Mm-hmm.
With me is that my mom, she never really pushed me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like she didn't,
same exact thing.
Like she didn't push me to do things, and she let me quit things.
They just nurturers.
Exactly.
And so, and I think my mom's whole thing was she didn't want to break me.
And what do you mean by that?
Like, she didn't want to push me because I feel like she didn't know what was going to happen.
I got you.
If she pushed me.
That's good.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like she didn't push me for stuff. And so I never really like if I didn't want to do something, I stopped doing it.
Yeah. You know, yeah.
I tried Boy Scouts for a second. I stopped. I didn't like it. I quit. I was in karate. It got hard. I stopped.
Yep.
You know, but I wanted to play sports. My grades was terrible. I couldn't play, but there was no push for me to like. There was nobody saying like, "Hey, get your stuff together so you can do this." It was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like there was no push there.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like things would have been different if I would have had somebody like a male.
Yeah.
That that really let me know that, hey, like, no, you going back up to this practice, like, you know, like you going back up to, you know what I'm saying? And so, I feel like it's affected me in so many ways. Like all the people who I got into it with at school, like as far as teachers, were males. And all the teachers that I was cool with were women teachers.
Do you think that was kind of like not knowing how to take authority from a male figure because you never had to?
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like, like I said, there was an overcompensation for me. And then I took trying to tell me something as an act of aggression. And so you try to tell me to sit down. I'm like, what if I don't sit down?
Hey, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
What if I don't sit down?
Like, it's just like, like, what's the move?
Hey, that's wild.
You know what I'm saying?
That is hilarious.
And it was just like, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like,
male teachers hated love.
I'm telling you, bro. Like, there's some teachers that they did not like me. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
But it was just like I said, the teacher I was cool with, you know, like the women teachers, like that's where I gravitated to. And that's the ones I feel like understood me, you know what I'm saying? But
I was gonna ask you too. So like in contrast, like your sister.
Yeah.
So like say like for instance with my sisters, they didn't have an issue with work ethic. Like my older sister, she got a master's, my younger sister got a bachelor's. Like work ethic was their thing. You know what I'm saying? So, like, did it, like, the way y'all's family dynamic was set up, like, how did it affect y'all siblings?
I think I think one of the things about my sister is she was just, I don't know, she was almost too talented. Like she was, like, it was, my sister was the smart one. All A's. You know, just the only thing my sister had was a mouth on her.
Like, talk crazy.
Like my sister now, her authority was, hey, anybody can get it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's wild.
But yeah, but she was so like talented. Like, I remember she was writing plays for her school in middle school.
Yeah,
like they was putting on productions because of plays she had written.
Yeah,
and so she didn't have that issue. Her, I think, just from the outside, it showed up in different things.
Yeah, 100%.
Of like not really like direction.
Okay, yeah, I can see.
You know what I'm saying? 100%. It's just like,
because
she quit. She get a job and quit it, get a job and quit it, and just stuff that she vacillates on really what she wants to do.
Yeah,
but that direction is something that really, because my mom would never push us in a direction. She told us to get an education, but not really a direction.
That makes sense. Nickel?
I mean, like, as far as work ethic, man, like, my work ethic, like I said, I was driven by performance and perfectionism. So, when it came to stuff like that, my work ethic in class was crazy. Like, I'm gonna knock this work out. I'm gonna get an A. I'm gonna do that. I'm practicing ball. Like, throughout probably middle school and high school, it probably wasn't too many days that went by where I didn't touch a football or a basketball every day. Like, it just, I was on it. Like, that's what I did. Like, grinding, like, I'm weights in the basement.
Yeah.
Like, and I had a brother, like my brother, like we were close in age. We only 15 months apart. So we was kind of always there pushing each other. But a lot of like, but very different are our work thing. And I always like for me, like, I was kind of more, I think, that everything that my daddy wanted to push and wanted me to be, or that he wanted to be at my age. And my brother was everything that he actually was at that age.
I got you.
Hothead, street stuff, like all of that. It was like, my pops would be like, y'all take both of y'all together and put it together and you got me.
Yeah.
I kind of got the cool, good side. And my brother got the hot head, like 0 to 100.
Yeah.
I'm the reasonable, like, hey, we can figure out a way. My brother, like, nah, let's go mess him up.
Yeah.
So I think, like, and it's crazy, like, both of us got insane work ethic. It's just in totally different ways.
I got you.
Like, my brother gonna go bust his tail, work hard, sweat, do all that. And I'm like, I'll just use my brain. And why not doing all this sweat, not using all this sweat and stuff, and see how you and Pops came looking home. Well, I don't want to look like that.
Hey, that's hilarious.
But we both got it from him. Like, my brother can, he can go here and remodel the kitchen, bathroom, and all that. But if it comes time to fix the car, he knows nothing.
Yeah.
Like, we both picked up different things from my pops. My brother can landscape, build a wall, but put him on a grill, he ain't gonna know what to do.
Word?
Yeah.
Next time I see him, I'm gonna talk about it.
Yeah, he could care less about it. He ain't trying to learn it.
It's fair.
But you ask him to put you a retainer wall up, he'll knock it out.
Hey, I ain't gonna front you. I thought Jaws could throw down. He looked like he could throw down. Hey, that's
Jaws. To me,
I gave him too much credit.
You don't know his way around the grill, the kitchen. It's crazy. He used to cook a lot coming up. Man, I don't know. Maybe he's just like, I got a wife. I ain't got to do all that. Like,
I'm mad at it.
And I think he kind of picked that up because my mama takes care of all that. Now on the grill, my daddy don't want nobody near the grill if he got it. He let me do a little stuff now because he know I know what I'm doing. But
that's hilarious.
But yeah, like work ethic, like, I mean, but that was just with my pops. Like, my mom's is crazy. Like, both of them is like, they were workers. Like compared to them, I'm lazy.
Hey, that's funny.
Like, just being fact, like they go and get it. I'm like, yeah, that's a smarter way to do this.
Yeah,
it's me. Like, y'all gonna sweat. I'm gonna use my mental to work a little smarter, not harder out here. But like, Los, do you think, like, how do you think, like, it affected you when it came to, like, relationship and marriage?
I honestly, it's crazy. I don't know if I've too much thought about that. One, I would say that there is just a lot of stuff there's a lot of unprocessed feelings with my pops, and to this day, and they're just so unprocessed that there is a block there. And I remember like some years ago, I just said to myself, like, I get it. Like, I understand. It wasn't like a forgiving type of thing, but I was like, man, I understand that life happens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that kind of helped me out. But I was so closed off emotionally and didn't really, I don't know. There was just a lot of stuff I just did not know. And then being in a relationship and being married, it was just kind of like, I'm going to do kind of what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
hey, that's funny.
I'm going to do what I want to do long as I don't disrespect this marriage, though. You know what I'm saying? If I want to stay out, like, I'm with my peoples. You know what I'm saying? If I want to go play the game, I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying?
So when you say disrespect the marriage, you felt like long as you was loyal, you wasn't disrespecting the marriage.
Yeah, and I think like loyalty was something that stuck with me, and I think my pops played a role in that.
Yeah, to this day.
On the opposite side,
to this day,
it really is.
Loyalty is like
because you felt like he wasn't loyal, so you was gonna not ever be that.
Never, like.
Cause you're a loyal dude.
Listen.
And sometimes I can admit that I'm loyal to a fault. But it's just like loyalty is so important to me that it causes me to not really want. That's why I don't like new people. It's just because I assess people really quickly, bro. And I'm like, you know what? I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And that's no fault to them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the one with the issue. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, so loyalty, and plus it's like, I grew up, I had family members that didn't live too far, like in the city, like, but like in Memphis, I only had a couple cousins. So it was just me, my mom, my sister. And we were very tight knit. So that's all I had. And so if that's all I had, that's all I really wanted. I didn't want anything else in that bubble.
That makes sense.
And that's how I am to this day.
Right.
To this day.
Like, I don't want nobody else in my bubble with my people.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? Because outside people brings outside things and all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in my marriage, man, I can honestly say that I really don't know how it affected my marriage as far as like other things. I know that it causes me to, like, in my marriage now, it causes me to be like, sometimes I get worried about becoming my pops. And because I see how he showed love. Because my pops loves me. I know that. And I know that the way he showed love was by giving gifts.
Right.
And I find myself being the same way.
How long did it take you to realize that? Like that he loved you? Because knowing like that he wasn't there early on, then you get there kind of, later and you start giving gifts. Did it take you to you like grown and kind of reflect and mature to be like, you know what, my pops loved me. And I just couldn't see it then.
It took a while. Yeah. And I don't know when it turned from me, because it's like for instance, if there was any big occasion, he was going to be there. If there was something that so if it was anything like that, like he was there for graduations, he was there for stuff like that. And I think the problem is, just like the old saying, it's the little things.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So being there for a graduation is cool, but being there when I get home from school is better.
Yeah. No, that's real. Yeah.
That's real.
No, that's real. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I think how they shows up is, like I said, man, like my thing is I'm loyal and I believe in loyalty and I believe in sticking to what you said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm a type of person, man, that, like I said, if you are, you know what I'm saying? Like I that's just how my mind works, and I know it's like I said, there's an overcompensation. You know what I'm saying? To where I'm loyal, but that loyalty has caused me to shun people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And people that I didn't really give a fair shot because I didn't trust them, or this is how I, you know what I'm saying? And I really see that as a big part of that with just how my views of my pops. This is like, if nothing else, be loyal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like in a responsibility. You know what I'm saying? So that was big to me.
Like for me, man, like it's like crazy, like because like growing up, of course, like I was one of the only friends that I hung with that had a pops, and people would automatically be like, bro, you can't say nothing, bro. You got your pops in your house.
Yeah.
That's how you looked at it. Like I'm privileged.
I mean, you were,
and I was.
Yeah, 100%.
Like looking back on it, I was.
Yeah, 100%.
But the thing I will always think about is like growing up with both parents, and then somebody growing up without them. Is I was privileged, and I'll never discount that. But then I've seen things and endured and experienced things that somebody that's growing up in a single parent household would never see and have to endure.
Comes with his own problem.
So like, our parents, like, they're going on 40 years of marriage this year, and that's to be congratulated. Growing up, they split up like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
So I had to sit there and endure, and most of those times, at least I know like 3 that I can remember, it was my mom's that bounced. And of course, I don't know, to this day, I don't know all the ins and outs of it. They did what good parents do, try to hide the details of it and keep some, but you feel the effects of it, right? And seeing some of that, like in hearing some of the arguments and hearing some of the fights, like that scars you in a way sometimes that people who never had to see that,
100%,
would never understand.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it definitely like affected me when it came to relationships and marriage. It's like definitely like when I seen my pops, like even though like I don't know. Like I'm never gonna be like, oh, it's my mom's fault, it's my pop's fault. I don't know. Only they know.
Yeah.
in the sense, I don't want to know. Like I'll be real. My father told me like, whenever you want to know everything that happened, just tell me. I'll be honest. Like no, like some things, like some things are better for me. Like that I don't want to. I don't want to know the total details of what some of the stuff that happened. But what I do know is I always see my pops fight.
Yeah.
To try to make it work. And try to fight it out and try to, try to get my mom's back, try to win her back. And one of the main things he always said, he's like, because I can never sit back and stand for somebody else to raise my sons. And that was huge.
Yeah.
And he loved my mama. Despite some of whatever his shortcoming. I mean, when you get older, definitely now where you at, you be like, you know what? Marriages go through things. I get it.
Yeah.
Y'all both was doing the best you can. But it hit me hard. And it was one of the things that made divorce so hard for me. And drove me into a state of depression when me and my ex-wife separated and finally, got divorced. Because I felt like my pops fought through everything to keep things together, to be there for me and my brother. And so here I am feeling like I just let my kids down.
Yeah.
My kids don't get to experience coming home every day to mom and daddy.
Yeah.
And only thing my dad ever said was, I got to give y'all a better life than what my father gave me. And in return, I'm like, well, then my job is to give my kids a better life than what you gave me. Yeah. So when divorce happened, for me, mentally and emotionally, I felt like at the time, you know, now that I'm here, I understand like it's just a different path.
Yeah.
But then when it first hit, I'm like, there's no way I now can provide my kids with a better life than what my father provided with me, because I can't be as present as I want to be. I can't be as present as he is because I'm not in the home with them every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was like mentally and emotionally wrecking me.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's real.
Because all I wanted was the same thing he wanted, to give my kids a better life than what and I'm like, he did a damn good job. Like, how am I supposed to, you know, live up to that? Like, it was heavy on it. But then at the same time, even through other relationship, I think seeing him fight so much to bring things back together with him and my mom so much, you know, despite some of it may be his fault or her fault, who knows? But it's like, it caused me to feel like I had to fight always that hard to make a relationship work, when it probably was time I should have let things go earlier than what I did.
Yeah.
But I held on fighting because it felt like this is what you're supposed to do as a man.
Yeah.
You ain't supposed to let things in. You're not supposed to walk away from a relationship no matter how unhappy you are. You're supposed to try to make this work because you're the man. Because that's what I seen from my vantage point. That's what I seen him doing.
Yeah.
It was like, no matter if it's your fault, her fault, no matter what she doing, all that, like, you make it work. That's your job as a man. And it has caused me through our relationships probably, you know, not even probably, I held on to some things sometimes that I wanted to walk away from. Because I feel like as a man, I can't walk away. I don't have that luxury to walk away. It's my job to fight and make this work. If somebody's going to walk away, it has to be her. Why? Because I seen him fight, and I ain't saying my mom never fought, but from my vantage point, it was always her that left.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure, you know, if a woman leaves and she take her kids, nigga doing something.
Yeah.
A woman just ain't picking. Like, I'm old enough now to know that the woman just ain't picking up her kids and leaving because everything is all good, right? There was a lot of stuff going on, right? That, again, I don't want to know all the details. It is what it is. They here now. They made it. Praise God.
Right.
You know,
real talk.
But so you know, growing up with the parents in the two households and the father in the household, you see those dynamics, and you see. You know, and it took my father talking to me as a grown man, you know, a few months ago, saying, hey, I fought through some of the things I fought through to keep the family go, but I fought through some of those things so you wouldn't have to. He said, so he was like, yeah, you know, you got married, divorce happened. He said, but you a damn good father. And you still doing everything you can to make those kids happy. He said, I fought through some things maybe I shouldn't have had to fight through, but I fought through them so you don't have to.
Yeah.
He said, I fought through them to put a foundation for a family that didn't have a foundation. He said, the foundation is there. He said, your job is to be the happiest person that you can be and make those kids happy as you be. And you ain't got to put up with some of the things that I endured because I endured them so you wouldn't have to.
I ain't mad at it.
You know,
yeah, I ain't mad.
And that was wisdom for me. And it lifted a lot from me, feeling like I was letting my kids down by not fighting or, you know, whatever that case may be. So I think sometimes people think like growing up with a father, like, and having both parents in the house, like it is very beneficial. It's needed.
Yeah.
It is a privilege, but it does come still with some things that you might not have to deal with and endure by growing up with just one parent in the household that you have to see.
100%.
You know, so that's ways that it affected me. And I mean, when we have talked since then, he was like, I know unintentionally I put pressure on you that I never meant to, that I didn't even know, you know, and just hearing those words like, man, I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's real.
You know, like, and that's things that I know some people wish they had a daddy to tell them that.
100%. No, real
you
talk.
know, like,
yeah.
Like, man, I'm proud of you. Like, you turned out to be a great man. I'm proud of you and your brother for the men that you become. And now your job is to make sure, you know, that y'all children are taken care of. So, like, And they even still have that now where if I got a problem, I'll call them.
Yeah.
You know, if there's something going on at the house or I don't know how to do something, like, Pops, man, my car is sounding like this. What you think?
Mm-hmm.
And he'd be like, and for it to have that, like, well, it's probably this, and this. You know, bring it on over here. I can, you know, physically I can't do it, but I can talk you. I can talk you through it.
Right.
And then go out there and have them talk me through it and show me how to clear a drain out and you know and do all these things. So man, like, I'm grateful.
Yeah,
you know, to have some of this stuff, but it was a lot. It's a lot of challenges, I think, on both sides of it.
Yeah,
because different dynamics, man.
100%.
Yeah, and I think, I know just how important the role of a father is. The role of a father is just.
How many people minimize it, bro?
It's there's if just looking at statistics and. Just things like statistically, like people that like kids that grow up in single fathers' homes have better life expectancy than single mother homes. Like, I would never think that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like fathers are so important, but we get a bad rap. Fathers get a bad rap because of so many other things that happen. But honestly, man, there are a extremely lot of good fathers out there.
Right.
And they are loving their kids, and they are doing good by those kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't let this internet narrative tell you something else.
So,
right.
And just like the role of the father is important, is vital, and if you don't process a lot of the feelings that comes with your experience with your father, no matter if they were in the home or outside the home, like if you don't process those things, it's a greater effect on your life and how you deal with other people in relation, the people that's closest to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because the people that's closest to you are going to feel the brunt of unprocessed things in your life.
Facts.
And I just say this to like all the fathers out there that may be in a bad situation, because I hear it all the time. Like, man, she ain't letting me see my kids, or she keeping my kids from me.
Yeah.
You doing this, like, bro? I get it. Like, well, I don't get it, because I don't necessarily have that issue on my end. Praise God. But I will say this, like, it may cost you money. You might have to go through some legal things. Fight, bro.
Yeah.
If that woman that you're dealing with, for whatever reason, you feel like she's keeping you from kids, not giving you adequate time, man, don't not see your kid because you don't want to be on child support.
Yeah. No, that's real.
Like, don't not see your kids or be involved in your kid's life because you don't want to go through the court system. Being in that child's life is worth you going to court. Being in that child's life is worth whatever money they throw on you for child support. It may hurt you. You may have to make some adjustments to your lifestyle, whatever. But being in that child's life is more important than any of that.
Yeah.
Pay the child support, pay the lawyers, do whatever you got to do to get yourself involved in that child's life. Whatever reason you're not involved in that child's life, in my opinion, is an excuse that you have to fight to get around and figure out some way to get around it and go make it happen for that kid, man. Because my pops always told me, man, no kid asked to be here.
It's true.
Yeah. Man, that's some good stuff, man.
It is good stuff, man.
Effects of fatherhood, man.
I appreciate y'all being vulnerable.
Man, bro.
Vulnerable.
You know what I'm saying?
It's real stuff, man.
And talking about that, man.
People don't talk about it enough, man. Like you said, I feel like fathers get a bad rap sometimes. They try to make it, I think society try to make it seem as if a mother is more valuable to a child's life than a father.
Yeah. No, that's real.
And I feel like they're equal.
Yeah, in my statistics, I wasn't advocating for single father homes. Like, that's what I was.
No, both are needed.
Yeah,
it's just
100%.
like they're like the role of the father is yet still important.
Yeah, whether you in the home or not, the mother's role is important. The father's role is important. The child needs both of you all, if all possible.
100%.
As long as you living and got breath in your body, it's possible.
Yeah.
Signing off, man.
Like, comment,
share, subscribe. Share with y'all thoughts, man. How was y'all childhood growing up? We was vulnerable with y'all, Get vulnerable with us.
Yeah, don't be no punk.
Let us know. Let us know what's happening in your life, man.
Holla at us.
Holla at us. I mean, you know what would be dope? I would love to have this same type of episode with some women.
That would be dope.
And see what the effects of a father in the household or not being in the household may have had on the woman.
I like that.
We need about 2 women for that because we need like a 2.
100%.
One that had a father growing up and maybe one that didn't, and see what the effects of that would have been. I think that'd be a dope episode.
I think so too.
I like it.
Yeah.
We might put that together.
Yeah.
Hey, part 2 coming up.
Part 2 coming up soon. Holla.
Part 2.
We're going to talk about our mama soon too. Don't worry about it. We got it, man. Love mom. Shout out to
my mom too.
Yeah.
All right, peoples.